good? What's good? What's good, y'all? It's your boy Z, and we're back at it again. This time we got the cool. I'm cool though. I'm Kevin. I'm Kevin. It's called Castlemania is a masterpiece. I never heard of this anime, so let's jump to this shit without wasting no motherfucking time.
I am Vlad Dracula Tepesh, and I do not get many visitors.
I want to learn. Will you help me?
Why should I do that?
To make the world better. Start with me. And I'll start with you.
Humans think, and scheme, and betray. To understand why they all must die. Oh God! Dracula! You're supposed to be missed. There are no innocents! Not anymore!
Don't hurt them! They don't understand! They don't know what they're doing! Be better than them! Please!
God damn. There's a lot of gore and thriller and horror in this motherfucker. Shit, hold on. Everybody get ripped apart and shit. What the fuck?
And now, I bring your death.
I don't know how I went this long without seeing the show. I seen the comments and I will say, y'all did not disappoint. Off the first episode alone, they got me. So we see this girl who made her way through a field of skeletons, fought off some bats, all in order to enter this castle. The reason she's here is to gain knowledge so she can become a doctor. First thing that came to mind is how her survival instincts are non-existent. If the skeletons on sticks and bats in broad daylight didn't tip you off, then surely a 7'9" man wearing all black teleporting around you would set off some alarms. He goes, oh, so you want knowledge? What will you trade for it?
Perhaps I could help you relearn some manners.
He said, the fuck? That one baffled him. He ain't never got a response like that. And you know how lucky she is that this man wasn't a bit peckish? You coming to his doorstep is like getting free Uber Eats. But he kind of liked her vibe, so he showed her what she wanted to see. It's like getting free Uber Eats. But he
Yo, your fit weak, but we can fix that.
kind of liked her vibe, so he showed her what she wanted to see. Science. This was just the start of their relationship, but 20 years later, they got her on a stake saying she's a witch. But even when betrayed, she's still asking for them to be forgiven. Now, he doesn't even know what's going on. He's been traveling like a normal man because that's what she wanted. He came to visit but sees her house burned down. The old lady tells him how they took her and by now, she's already dead. That right there is when he lost it. The slither of hope he had for humanity is now completely gone. He pulls up on him.
Oh God! Dracula! You're supposed to be missed.
You have 1 year. 1 year to make your peace. Then I'll wipe all human life from this land. You took that of which I love, so I will take everything. So a year went by with the king telling his people, yeah, he was lying. A year has passed and we're still alive. Says that as the sky turns bloody red. Last time I checked, the sky doesn't turn that color. And from that point, they were doomed. It started raining blood. Some creatures were falling from the sky. I done told y'all what was gonna happen. You had your chance to make peace with your god, and this is what you do.
That nigga ain't lying. Once it start raining blood, it's GG's.
Celebrate the day you killed my wife. Proceeds to spawn in his castle and let his army go to work. Nobody was safe. It was a full-blown massacre. This dude thought he was safe hiding in the house, but it only takes 4 kills to get that UAV. You are not surviving. Then we see this other town and bro, you are a dirty nigga. Ugh. Pants down, scratching her ass in the middle of a street.
Why is it already stinking? Oh my goodness! It already stinks!
Nah, take this town out next. And I kid you not, these two were for real talking about somebody fucking goats. Huh? I don't know. But the same guy runs in saying the army has been spotted coming west, closing on Gresset, which I assume is a rich city because this guy was like, good riddance. All great houses need to be taken out. And the worst of them all, the Belmonts. We should have killed them years ago. The fuck? So this guy goes over trying to get another drink, and he definitely did this on purpose. Flashed his family crest. No way you did that by accident. You could have pulled out the money when you were sitting at the table. You trying to start shit. And that's exactly what he did. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not fighting a man who, for one, has the Sasuke haircut. That alone is enough for me to look the other way. But if that's not enough, he also has a sword and a whip on hand. So if you continue to fight after knowing that, you might as well start punching yourself, because at this point you're asking to get your ass beat. And it doesn't help when your crew's a bunch of idiots. How does your own man step on your face? He then proceeds to work them easily. This guy got it the worst though. I don't know what broke that caused that bleeding, but whatever it is never going to be the same. Now a few days pass, he made it aggressive. And it's crazy how the army already attacked here. Took babies from cribs, put heads on display. And niggas still acting like nothing happened. Dudes chilling on the steps drinking a beer like it's a normal Saturday. They even said that the army comes every night. Yet y'all still have markets set up. Huh? Y'all have a pile of bodies under.
Y'all, I would have skipped town. I would have skipped town immediately. They said every night, yeah, we skipping town. And there's bodies, and y'all don't see that? Y'all still running businesses, having a normal day, not knowing that these creatures gonna just pack your asses up every night? Like, what the fuck we doing? I'm skipping town. I'm out. I'm not bullshit, I'm gone.
Under your bridge. And shorty right here was talking about some, oh, they'll eventually leave us alone.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Okay, I know you wasn't there when Dracula gave his order, but he said, kill them all, every last one. I don't give a damn if they're 1 year old or 100, not a soul is innocent. And if you need proof, the lady down the block got her baby took from her crib. Go ask her about it. I promise you're not safe. Maybe Dracula was right, because if our common sense is this low, we deserve everything that's coming. Then later on, we see these two guys trying to kill this old man. The old man is what they call a speaker, which is a tribe that speaks, I guess. I don't know what they really do. I don't think they have powers or anything. They just remember stuff. But people here think they're the ones to blame for what's happening. Anyways, Trevor uses his whip, taking his thumb off, said that was a quote-unquote accident.
Kill the bastard!
Nigga, did you see what he just did to you? I'm not fighting him.
Kill him now!
There wasn't a bone in that man's body that wanted to fight him. He was contemplating on turning around and running. But he finally builds up the courage just to get his eye whipped.
He whipped that nigga eye out. How you got your eye whipped out? Just seeing that, I'm done. You got it, bro. I'm not fighting you. If your whip can do that, you got it. If I was on his lackeys, I'm like, yeah, I quit. Fuck you. Bye. Go fuck yourself. Nah, bro, you got it. Look.
And running. But he finally builds up the courage.
Look at this shit. His eye is out of his shit. He gonna be half blind, half Stevie Wonder, half sight for now on. Look at this shit. That's just crazy.
Just to get his eye whipped out. Should have gone with your gut and ran. Hope you can pull off the Nick Fury. So he escorts old man back to his people, and we get a quick little rundown on Trevor's family, the House of Belmont. It's short and simple, really. They've been exiled, hated, and burned out of their ancestral home. They were excommunicated by the church, banished, disowned, lands taken away because they were seen as evil. Word is, they dealt with black magic. Don't know how true that is yet. They asked what his plans were, and he said, find some more food, find some drinks, get drunk, eat some more food, move on. Maybe find a tall tree and just enjoy the show. You feel no compassion? This is what they asked for, right? My family were the only ones who could fight back, but they didn't want us. What about the ordinary people? They didn't get a choice.
For evil bastards to win power, all ordinary people have to do is stand aside and keep quiet. There's always a choice.
Pretty much, he said he ain't finding for nobody anymore. Now, he does have a little soft spot for the speakers since they go through similar things. So when they heard they have a missing member, which is old man's grandson, he said, look, if I get your grandson, you have to agree to leave the city. Deal accepted. So he gets there, fell down like 2 traps, and that's when he seen the missing member. Turned to stone, and the one who did it revealed themselves, a Cyclops. And in every form of media, we know that Cyclopses are sorry, so we're not worried. The thing I was confused about though was how are you gonna hide behind a pillar and let this big beast sneak up on you? His footsteps sound like cannons. How did you not hear that? Not only that, but he grips your entire torso.
How you guys sneak up? How you guys sneak up by a big giga nigga Cyclops? By a giga Cyclops, bro. Nah. I would be hit the jets immediately. Ain't no way a big ass giga nigga be sneaking up to me like that. Nigga be like King Kong and you're gonna get snugged up by a giant. You need to clean your ears. You need to have your Ultra Instinct or something, cause that nah, bro. You gotta be fucked up.
Threw your ass into the light. Now, of course, it's still a Cyclops, so he handled it. Used the whip to slash his head with the sword, jumped off bro's body and got a clean headshot. And turns out that so-called grandson is actually a granddaughter. I can already tell you're joining the squad. Go ahead and accept that party invite. Also, her name is...
I'm Seija Bernades.
Who?
Yeah, not even gonna try to print that party invite. Also, her name is...
I'm Seija Bernades.
Who?
Yeah, and I'm
Silo what? I would call it Silo for short.
gonna try to pronounce that. Which I feeling more? Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, maybe Emilia Clarke. I don't know what I'm feeling yet. It's gonna be one of those 3. So they made it back. He said, okay, I got your member. You're leaving tonight. And the moment he stepped foot in town, he got confronted by more church members.
Damn.
They just told him to pull up to talk with the bishop.
Niggas pulled up with straps. They came in with straps. They pull up with him and give him with their straps. They were strapped up and everything.
Which is the same guy who started all this mess, but he tells him, there's nothing you can do to save the speakers. They will die by sunset, but I'll give you a chance to live. Leave before then and you're free. And if you couldn't already tell, this man is corrupt. He wants all the other cities to be destroyed, so he'll be the only church and therefore the only one with power. So obviously Trevor tells the speakers what the bishop's plans is, but of course they argued, saying they can't leave innocent people when they're in need. Doesn't matter if they hate us, unlike the Belmonts, we're not pussy. Now, is that what they actually said? No, but it's definitely what they meant. And I'm guessing that gave us some type of motivation, because when the mob arrived, the speakers were nowhere to be seen. There was only Trevor, standing there, menacingly. Now, before they start fighting, because we know they are, why out of all times are we choosing to do this now, when the sun is setting? Do we have to remind y'all that this is the time where the monsters come out? Y'all had all day to get this done, especially when Trevor went on a whole Elden Ring dungeon raid. And not only that,
That's the worst time to do that shit. And wait till the sunset, and then we're gonna go and raid the place. Like, the motherfucker will pop up and pack your asses up. Like, what the fuck are we doing? I would have did that shit earlier and get it done.
You told him your entire game plan, not gonna lie, is natural selection at this point. You can't get mad if Trevor tags the monsters in and they start rocking your shit together. Anyways, he took the cloak off for this one, had to show off the family crest. Threw some kunai, hit like 4 people with that. Elbow straight to the neck for this guy. You might need to eat out of a straw for the next 2 weeks. Runs past the mob, and did this nigga just let him do that? The guy had 10 business days to react. He just sat...
No. 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 My nigga, that's enough time to react. I would have just speared this nigga right out of the air like that. Like, no way that you just stood there for a few seconds and let this nigga do that to you. Nah, bro. I would have hit him with that damn spear. I would have speared like Braun Breaker. or Goldberg on that nigga. Nah, bro. I will catch him and slam him on the ground or something. You just stood there and let it do you like that. You deserve, man. Yeah, upgrade your attributes, your instants are better, bro.
There and allowed his face to be used as a doormat. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I truly thought he was trying to avoid killing, but clearly I was wrong. Cause the same guy from earlier pulls up and he's had a bad day.
You're gonna get packed the fuck up. You're gonna get packed the fuck up. You lost your eye, and look like you're gonna lose another eye. You're gonna be fully Stevie Wondered. Like, you saw this nigga did this to you. Don't get your... You might as well just give it up. Because he fucked you up. He have you half blind. And he will have you fully blind if you're gonna keep fucking with him.
Not only did your eye get taken earlier, but now he uses you as a body shield and your other eye gets taken out.
And now, congratulations. You are fully Stevie Wonder. You are joined the blind club now. For life.
Now, you can't get more unlucky than that. But then he slashes this guy's arm off. He's bleeding out. Slash the other guy's arm off. He's also bleeding out. Grab the spear. Headshot. You're not getting up from that. And this is the only lucky guy. Left with only an arrow in his back. And then look, here comes the monsters. Y'all knew this was going to happen. Pulled up on the bishop himself and even they checked him.
You know this is your fault, right?
No, I saved this country.
Bitch, please. You killed the man's wife and trying to play victim. You ain't saved shit.
Deserved, honestly. But back to Trevor when the entire village was still on him, and I think she's more of a Jennifer, not gonna lie. She's a magic user, obviously. Both fire and ice, that's hard. But Trevor wasn't just gonna leave like that. He said, "You, yo punk ass over here. Love telling others what to do. Let's see how you fare. You had no problem beating your old man this morning or lying to these people about the speakers.
The speakers brought this upon us!
They stood here to help you. It was your bishop who caused all this, the one who murdered a defenseless woman. Everyone here is innocent, except you."
Huh?
Everybody got a turn in. They all started stabbing him, and imagine if Trevor was lying. The guy couldn't even say his sentence, they just took his word for it. But that's when the demons were making their way. But Trevor's a Belmont, he knows how to take them out. Had everyone with long weapons at the front, told the priest to make holy water, and had everyone with a sword lace it with salt, because that for some reason kills demons. So when they came through, Jennifer walled them off with ice. We're so lucky they're stupid because they must have forgot they had wings. This one just ran into the pikes.
You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you.
And they pretty much...
Bro, you could have just fly away, but no, you just gonna run up to them and get impaled. Like, you got wings for a reason, use them.
much wiped them out. And I guess the higher ranked ones explode when they died. Or he was just being extra, one of the two. But that explosion caused them to fall down, and look at this. Grab Jennifer and no words had to be said. They knew exactly what to do. Might be a dynamic duo right here. They ended up making their way to this room where a man arrives from a coffin. Now earlier, the speakers were talking about a story of a hero who slept beneath the city. The one who will stop Dracula, but Trevor immediately saw that this so-called hero is a vampire. But before this whole war started, we saw that a man confronted Dracula trying to stop him. Obviously he got dealt with, but now that I think about it, you got done crazy. Dracula whoops your ass so bad that you stuffed yourself in a coffin. But Trevor doesn't know that part of the story. All he sees is a vampire.
I don't like your tone, Belmont.
I don't give a damn what you like. I'll kill you right here and now. Do you think you can?
Huh?
Until recently, you were nothing but a little bitch crying about how unfair the world is. You ain't gonna do shit. Got the first hit off, gave bro a belly button. They were kind of getting a gauge on each other until Trevor used his finger to redirect the whip. Not gonna lie, bro, you can't go 0 for 2 in the first season. That's a bad look. So he ends up catching a whip, taking it straight out of his hands, but he don't need it anyway. Got the sword on deck. He finally get personal with it. And he put his hand behind his back. We're in his domain now. Blocks the first swing, turns around, blocks the second. I don't even know how this next block was possible. Bro's arm is not obeying the laws of physics. Then he's
flexing. This nigga flexing on them.
Flips on the platform, teleports behind him. Excellent read by Trevor.
This nigga disrespecting him now. He had his arm behind his back the whole time. Let his right arm do the work. That is so disrespectful. You gotta do something. You gotta do something with that, bro. You ain't gonna beat my ass while your arm just chilling and your other arm just do all the work. Like you gotta have to. We shooting now. Like you ain't gonna be disrespect me like that.
No, that shit hurt the back though. Spine to the stair is not a good combo. Tries teleporting again, but Trevor with another read. He takes his turn back, but bro is not phased whatsoever. Finally uses both hands.
Please, this isn't a bar fight. Have some class.
So they started just throwing.
Man, fuck you in your class. You whoop my ass. You beat my ass with one arm while you have the other arm chilling. Man, fuck you in your class. We fighting dirty out here, man. Fuck you in your class.
Them shits until he broke Trevor's sword, but still landed the hit in the process. Shout out the king of the pirates. Knuckles straight to mouth. Now this was all just a test. We find out that he is actually the son of Dracula, Alucard, and he needs help to stop
Not the other Alucard that we know.
his father. And I will say that fit is clean. Bro caught his sword and walked into it to sheath it. I wasn't familiar with your game. So the next destination is the old Belmont house. Underneath is a library filled with generations of Belmont.
So they are so now they are friends now or something? They were fighting and now they are buddy now or something? What the fuck?
Knowledge, and with these two on the team, they can actually make use of it. And when they were on the road, Alucard told us about how Dracula is a man of science. He has the knowledge that their society has forgotten ages ago, and pairing that knowledge with a man who's gone mad, it'll take a miracle to stop him.
Imagine it. A world without humans, under endless invented night. And Dracula in his castle. His revenge so horribly complete that there is nothing left to do but look out over a world without art or memory or laughter, and know that he did his work well. That he did it all for love.
And of course it's not going to be a night with peace. More monsters pull up. Now Alucard and Trevor did their thing, but Jennifer, she moved like she's the Avatar. She's for real firebending right now. Before it can even shoot more flames, she grabs it. She might be my favorite out of the three if she keeps this up. So now we finally get to see Dracula's side. And nothing's changed. She still wants everyone dead. But what was surprising is how two of his most trusted generals are both human. His goal is to wipe out humanity and they still stand with him. All we know of Hector here is that he had corrupt parents who hated him for being born. So he said, you know what? I'm not dealing with this no more. Locked him inside the house and burned it down. Then later on, this dude confronts him about how sloppy the war has been and immediately got checked. Look at him. That glance reset his animation. He got quiet real quick. Also, both the humans are responsible for turning the dead into Dracula soldiers, just in case if that's important later. Then we see the other guy who goes by Isaac, and we actually got to see his backstory, and long story short, this guy took him off the streets but caught him snooping through his book, so he asked him why. So I can help you. Oh. Why?
Because I love you, Mom.
Pause.
What?
Don't you ever in your life say some shit like that to me again. But I love you too.
Huh?
Nah, I understand why this dude became evil. I'd be damned if I'm trying to help someone and I get beat for it. I don't blame Isaac for what he did. Deserved, honestly. So I guess that's why he whips.
He was beating him like he was a slave. I'm glad he stand up on that nigga, bro. I'm glad they did that shit.
Himself now to remind him of his hatred or something. I don't know. But then we see this dude again. Nigga, what are you doing?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Ain't no way you got checked like that again. Not gonna lie, you're actually a bitch. You got silently checked twice in the same day. I don't know if this is the right profession. You
Ain't no way, boy.
This nigga got bitched by two niggas, bro. That is crazy. You might as well just keep your fucking mouth shut, bro. You just walk and just don't talk at all.
No way you got checked like that again. Not gonna lie, you're actually a bitch. You got silently checked twice in the same day. I don't know if this is the right profession for you. So later on, twice in the same day. I don't know if this is the right profession for you.
Bitch ass nigga.
So later on, everyone is arguing about how to move forward, and Dracula had enough of this until someone walks through the door. Whoever this is obviously has respect. They for real made way so she can walk through. And you know the first thing
Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert. Bad bitch alert.
she does is ask why he didn't turn his wife into a vampire. Now, who do you think you are to question what I do with my wife? You're 2 weeks late. You the last person here to question anything I do. Now, I really wanted him to rock her real quick, but he has more patience than I thought. Had a one-on-one talk with her, and long story short, she only said that because she knew that's what everyone was thinking, and gave him the perfect chance to answer their question. Yeah, I don't believe that one bit. Then immediately after, we see that they're still arguing. Hector and Carmilla believe attacking Braille is the best choice. Conquering that city will prevent anyone from escaping. But Dracula says, and I quote, "Any city built over running water is a place that we, as vampires, should approach carefully."
What?
This is getting ridiculous. Vampires are so strong but so ass at the same time. Running water is a new one for me. I've never heard that before. How many weaknesses do y'all have? Sunlight, fire, somehow. Dracula was just a flame in the sky. A wooden stake specifically, garlic, and now running water. And it's not like they just know what their weaknesses.
Don't forget the silver stake. Wooden and silver stake. That would work. Too.
Are. There's a vampire out there who had a rough day, tried to take a shower, and just died. Anyways, Isaac disagreed with their whole plan. He wanted to attack a big city, a city that had respect. And to add to his side, he told Dracula that his son is most likely in that area with the Belmont. And the vampires know the real reputation the Belmonts had. They used to be a problem, wiping them off the map for centuries. So Carmilla said, F all that. If a Belmont is alive, we're going to their home. Then afterwards, she tried talking Hector into going there without Dracula's permission. Now, shorty, you can do what you want, but I will not be getting on Dracula's bad side. Then we see this guy back at it talking crazy, and who could have guessed? Buddy got checked again. Now, this is by Dracula though, so it's understandable, but still, why are you putting yourself in these situations? He came in there telling him if he kills all the humans, there won't be any food to eat. Now, that is a good point. They don't want to live off animal blood, but Dracula didn't give a damn. And you can call me what you want, but the moment I noticed that Dracula, in fact, does not give a damn, I would have took my leave. I'd rather walk out with my dignity than this happen. He got you speed walking out the room. Any respect you once had is...
You got no respect, no aura after that. You just got bitch not once, not twice, but 3 times. You walked out like a fucking a bitch that just got lost, just pissed off for no fucking reason. All the respect, everything is gone. You might as well restart yourself, bro. It's over for you. It's over.
It's gone. But outside was Carmilla waiting.
I'm not gonna fuck you, Carmilla.
She proceeds to knock that man down the stairs.
And this bitch gonna kick your ass down the stairs. Damn, they gotta say that again. Oh no.
The respect you once had is gone. But outside was Carmilla waiting.
I'm not gonna fuck you, Carmilla.
She proceeds to knock that man down the stairs. Like, how do you go down in a perfect spiral? She had you hitting every step. Today is just not your day, is it? But she then gave him her whole life story. How she was turned into a vampire centuries ago. But the man who done it grew old, cruel, and mad. She wasn't gonna let him control her life anymore, so she did what had to be done. But years later, she comes here to meet the leader of their nation, and what does she find? A mad, cruel old man. I'm already knowing you're gonna be dealt with. The last guy you murked was a nobody. You're dealing with Dracula now. This guy is the face of your race. There's not a vampire in the history of vampires that even has an inkling of his motion. Yeah, he's not eating right now, he's weaker than how he normally would be, but still, it's like Heimdall fighting Kratos. You think you're tough shit until Kratos actually tries. But once again, we see Carmilla trying to convince Hector, and she was really getting in his head saying, you know you're next, right? Why would a man set out to kill all humans allow ones to live amongst them? He is Dracula, Hector. Everything he told you was a lie. Your loyalty means nothing to a madman. Convince him to go to Bralia. While his forces leave the castle to take the town, my forces will take the castle and unseat Dracula, saving your life. And the fact that he didn't say no, I'm pretty sure we're looking at 2 corpses right now. Hector is easily swayed, but Isaac, on the other hand, guess who's back? The choices you made today weren't the best, but the worst you've made is telling Isaac how he thinks Dracula should sit this one out. Let the rest of us take care of this for him. Set up livestock and pursue the war properly without him. Mentioning even the slightest betrayal in his presence is asking for death. Once that whip was wrapped around his neck, it was over with. There was nothing he can do, and he did all that with a straight face, pure conviction. Thank you for revealing to me how the corrupt.
Nah, I think I bitched like three to 4 times. You got packed up. Yeah. A nigga with a straight face is dangerous. Leave those niggas alone.
Corruption of the world has made its way into Dracula's court. Thank you for showing me the truth. That guy had to have the worst day of all worst days. Nothing went his way. And Carmilla was like, damn, where's that guy at? Whole time his ashes are flying by her window. But later on, Hector was talking with him. He said they needed to be the clear voice amongst all the noise. He asked for a plan and we need to give him one. Let's go to Bralia and prevent anyone from escaping. And I guess Isaac was cool with that. Immediately after, he's speaking with Carmilla about how the plan is going well, how he got Isaac to agree and how he made soldiers to fight with them. And honestly, the way this show started, you forget that Dracula is actually evil. Cause Isaac pulled up and told him what him and Hector spoke about. He said Hector is still loyal but not so sure about the others. He was about to explain, but the guy just didn't care. He said, let's just go to Bralia so they'll calm down. And that sparked a whole flashback on how he used to love the details. One time the merchants disrespected him, so he took it upon himself to gather information, burn the town to the ground, knowing they would send their wives and children out. So once they went back to get their most valuable goods, he bodied them. Not a soul stood a chance. But this last guy, I don't know, he must have said something outlandish. He dragged him out and let the team have him. Damn. Now Dracula is evil, but he's like a responsible evil. There were 40 people who disrespected him, so he took out those 40 people only. A message had to be made though, so he put every single one of them on sticks on the mountain too, so the wives and children had a clear view. Did all that because of disrespect. We don't even know what he classifies as disrespect. That can range from punching him in the face to simply looking in his direction, because how does 40 people disrespect you in one day? But that's when Hector and Carmilla walked in, told him the plan, blah blah blah, y'all know what it is. So Carmilla was like, yes, I'm in control, Hector, you are. Then she went on this whole rant about how anyone could have done it, but she had to step up. And she had the nerve to call this man a puppy. Bitch, who do you think? And she was like, oh no, you're too deep in now, you can't turn back. Who can? I would have turned around and snitched so quick. Dracula, that's all you would have heard when I'm running through the halls. You're not making it out alive. But while all that was going on, the squad already made it to the house. Trevor found this new whip, and about 5 episodes later, they finally found something of use. I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but Dracula can teleport his castle wherever he wants. But the spell she found is used to lock it in place. Problem is that part of it isn't done, but Jennifer says she can finish it. And as she says that, the place gets attacked. There's nothing they can really do to stop him, so Alucard focused on locating Dracula's castle. Jennifer worked on finishing that spell while Trevor holds them back. And I know damn well that cut to the ankle ain't caused all that blood. but the second one comes in, unarmed Trevor, so he pulls out the whip, good deflect, but he wraps it around the spear, backhanded his goofy ass, stepped on it, wrapping it around the forearm, stomped that boy down. But this fire cat bat thing pulls up, so he picks dude up, rocked his ass real quick, immediately takes out the creature, damn near took himself out too. This one came back for seconds, knocking the whip down, so Trevor busted a move real quick, took his weapon up, came back for seconds, knocking the whip down, so Trevor busted a move real quick, took
Nigga hit a spin-a-rooney on them. He did a spin-a-rooney on him.
his weapon and murked him just like that. And peep what he says after.
When you get back to whatever steaming underworld shithole you came from, you tell them there are still Belmonts up here.
Job's not finished though, another pulled up, dragged him to this bridge just to sit there and take these hits. Like, what are you doing? Why did you allow him to beat on you for so long before fighting back? So he flew behind him just to get his skull cracked. Trevor runs in, got flipped over, and honestly, this thing was putting on a good show of defense, but I'm convinced they're all slightly stupid. Because once Trevor threw his hands out, he couldn't fathom the idea of putting his hands back down. He just sat there eating mean combos. Got murked for that too. While that was happening, Alucard
Wait a minute.
hands out. He couldn't fathom the idea of putting his hands back down. He just sat there eating mean combos. Got murked for that too. While that was happening, Alucard catches Dracula right as he teleported to Bralia. And this is the only city who had an army on standby. Or so I thought. This is actually Carmilla's troops taking out Dracula's army. And right before, she had the bishop turn the water holy, so any vampire who falls in there is doomed. So the generals retreated while Carmilla's forces advanced, stormed in through the front door, so Isaac went and told Dracula what's going on, that they've been betrayed. Once Isaac said what armor they were wearing, he knew exactly who it was.
Then we go downstairs, Isaac. Nobody takes my castle from me.
And this is when Jennifer finished the spell, and I guess it can do more than just lock it in place. She can move it anywhere she wants. Ended up putting it right next to them. They were mid-fight, but once Trevor entered the room, the battle stopped. The Belmont name alone terrifies them, but actually seeing one is a whole different thing. Whatever beef they had was put on pause. The death of the Belmont came first. All the small fry was handled easily, but all of a sudden Alucard can turn into a wolf. I don't know what purpose this form serves. Is that for shock factor? But he turned back, hit dude with a double gut shot, finished it with a straight to the dome, went to this guy, blocked his spear, hit him with a backhand of doom, open palm to the chest, flipped over the next guy, killed him with a blade, and look at him. He know that shit was a clip. Can't forget about the Avatar though. Got the weaklings out of there real quick. And she proved to all of us that she ain't no support type. That little finger wag is clean. And what you thought this was, the mag is never empty. Started pushing it forward and this idiot jumps on top like, nigga, she can control the ice. I can see why Camilla got her way. These generals have 3 brain cells. Then we see Trevor.
What would you think it would happen? What would you think it would have happened? And you walk up in there like it's nothing gonna happen.
Do this guy the worst way. He wrapped him with the whip, knocked the handpiece in his mouth, sweet chin music his ass out the way and blew it up alongside the minions. And the 2 of them took out a general each. Alucard can't be the only one who doesn't, but he was fighting 3 of them though. You can't aura farm in this one, bud. So Jennifer ended up freezing 1, so that makes 2 for her. She alley-oops Trevor up, grabbing his legs, and shorty right here is just sorry. You seen him coming and didn't even try to dodge. Did you?
No. What are we doing? What is with these niggas? We got one nigga just stood there, had the nigga face turned into a stepping rug, and this bitch got decapitated. Like, did somebody freeze time or something? Did she got DO'd? She got DO'd? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
You forget you were flying, you can move in the air. So Trevor drags dude down for Jennifer to end the fight with a new high score of 3 general kills. Threw his body down too, walked off on his ass. So that's when we cut to Isaac. Block, get off him. Good dodge, weave, slip. Alright, that was cute. Gonna have to do better than that. Flip the blade, plus 10 swag points. Double dodge, block both hits. He weaves the stab, uses the whip. Yeah, give me that shit.
Oh my god, what is that?
Hello there.
So he ran at Dracula telling him his son is here. He was fully ready to put his life on the line, but Dracula didn't allow it. Instead, he sent him away. Now I have mixed signals, cause do you fuck with him or not? You could have sent him anywhere in the world, but you chose a desert.
What?
Not even a box lunch or anything, just threw him into dehydration. But now it's time for that father-son
They did my nigga dirty right there.
reunion.
You couldn't stop me before.
Yeah, well, this time you're getting jumped. Instantly went for the stab, but 3 fingers was enough to stop that, and it wasn't starting off so hot.
Are you serious? You came all this way just to be ass?
Backhanded that man into the fireplace like damn. Trevor barely was given a chance, shoulder checked him crazy, and Jennifer tried her best but got dealt with. So Trevor runs back in. I know you ain't just creased the cloak. Almost ended him right there, but Alucard stops it. Jennifer runs in with a point blank fire spell, and you're not safe either. But Trevor actually got a stab off, somehow doing better than the guy's son. Like, you're half Dracula, you gotta do better. He ends up throwing him into Jennifer. Alucard tackles him, puts both arms up. Light work, no reaction, moves those arms aside, chops the neck. Trevor finally pulls out the whip, lands a direct hit, but that little toy doesn't work on a vampire like this.
I am Vlad Dracula Tepesh, and I have had enough!
Sends some lava ball, but Jennifer uses her airbending. Trevor holds his ground. Alucard pushes it back with his sword and eventually broke through. Left the sword behind. He said, no worries, I don't need it anyways. Clash right here. Alucard actually landed a hit, but he just ate that. Dracula with the uppercut. Alucard blocks the left. They switch sides. He connects a mean left hook. The right gets blocked, I think. I don't know. Dracula runs straight into a right hook through a right of his own. It gets blocked. Alucard is definitely in the lead, but it ain't close to being over though. Blocks the right, shows him the correct way to throw that shit, eats that left, elbow straight to the ribs. Get off me. Chasing him down now, sidestep, shovel hook to the spine. Weave the slice, the left connects, flashes out the way, comes back in with a flying kick, flashes again, knee straight to the skull. Bitch, one more time between the eyes. And to be honest, I don't know what bro was aiming for right here. He could have stood still and you still would have missed, but he spears him away.
Come on, don't tell me this is the best my son can do.
Threw him into the next floor, and bro laughed when he picked up a piece of wood. Another stage transition into the next floor, and bro laughed when he picked up a piece of wood.
Oh, you in some ass.
Another stage transition, and this sequence is so tough. Back up, weave, uppercut, block. Matter of fact, I think this room better. Alucard was finally tired of getting bullied from room to room, so he finally took initiative, just to get tossed away. Hit him with 2 haymakers. Cameraman changed the angle. Broke the guard, landed a mean back fist. Gut punch took him off the ground. Combo that into a nasty straight. And
Damn.
Just look at the fit. That junk clean. And I guess Alucard's thing is speed. The DJ played a whole song just for it to be turned off in 5 seconds. Yeah, if y'all win this, it's because of plot armor, because no way. Knocks you into the hallway just to knock you into another room, but this wasn't just any room.
Your ass get beat so badly that you'll get knocked to room after room after room. That is crazy. Nah, bro. You're getting your ass beat room after room.
It was the room Alucard grew up in, and that's when Dracula realized what he's doing. He's killing his own son. So he pretty much gave up. He wasn't fighting anymore. Alucard grabbed the bedpost and killed him. But even with Dracula's death, the war doesn't just stop. Carmilla is taking his opportunity to pretty much become the leader of this world, and Hector has no choice but to obey. Put a collar on his neck and started beating him crazy. She needs to be put down expeditiously, and turns
You put the collar on my neck and beat my ass like I'm a damn dog? Nah, you gotta die. You gotta fucking die.
Now Isaac is doing just fine. Some people pulled up on him and he handled it pretty easily. And since he can revive the dead, he said, you know what? I think I'll like an army. So that's the type of time he's on now. Cut to Trevor and Jennifer and they plan on continuing this adventure of theirs. The Night Army doesn't just vanish with Dracula's death, they're still out there causing havoc. Alucard stood behind though, making the Belmont's library and the castle his new home. But yeah, that's Castlemania.
I might check that out. I might check that show out, Castlemania. So, WV, I'm Kevin, and I'll see you next time. Peace.